Shalom, call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before the elder taught us is true. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers up to some work. Back with the WW3 Daily Update. All right, and the most important thing I want to say about today is go back to yesterday's daily update, right? This one here, okay? 8/19/21, right? Yesterday. Today's the 20th. Go back and watch this, okay? Because they shadow banned it awfully hard. Usually they get about 15 to 20 views, right? Average, right? But when there's some serious information, right? Then it only comes up with, 3. All right, one of these is mine because I'm like, is this thing working at all? And then I know somebody who did watch it. So that leaves 3, right? And just the name alone. See, people, I don't get very many views on my normal videos outside of the daily update, which is normal because they're jam-packed with pertinent biblical information just as well as World War III. But see, people come to this, random people come to it. When you see World War III Daily Update, okay, people will just click on it just to see what it is. And really, that's the Spirit of the Lord guiding you to the video for His own purposes, all right? But when it winds up with such a low number, I know that these devils are either shadow banning, they're hiding it. So I'm going to go easy on today. I won't use the N word like I did yesterday or point out where it is in the Bible. You got to find that right here. And if you don't see it, leave a comment in the comment section so that I'll know for sure. Anyway, today's daily update, let's see, we'll keep it simple. We'll go to Joel 3. And here's what's going on in the Middle East. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Right? This is what God is doing. It says, for behold, this is Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days, what days? And in that time, okay? Well, we're in these days called the last days. These are the last days that we're in right now. Say, in those days and at that time, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. This is talking about the Middle East. Jehoshaphat and Shaphat, it means God's judgment. Okay? Right here it says, I will gather all the armies of the world. Here it says nations. All the nations' armies of the world into the valley of God's judgment. Judge them. Okay? For harming my people. My people Israel. Okay? 2 views is about in New Living. Right? Say to the nations far and wide, get ready for war. That's why he's bringing the armies of the world down into the Middle East. Why? Because he wants them to go to war. Get ready for war. Call out your best warriors. Let all your fighting men advance for the attack. Hammer your plowshares and make weapons out of your gardening tools. All right? Train even your weaklings everywhere. Gather together in the Middle East. All right? to try to keep it copacetic. All right, we'll just keep it real easy and go look on a couple of these channels and see if there's some news updates. Okay, this is Deep Journal channel. 5 hours ago, breaking: Iran attacks U.S. Israel responded by firing missiles, another blow to Biden. Okay, so this lets you know that World War III is in full effect. Not only do you have Afghanistan, East, where's Iran? It's in the Middle East, the Valley of Jehoshaphat. We're watching biblical prophecy play itself out. 16 hours ago, breaking: Israeli airstrike hits Russian defense. So not only is Israel being attacked by Iran, and here's their ally Russia. Okay, what's going on? All I got to do is see China now. We can add it up. It adds up to World War III. This is 22 hours ago. Explosion in Israel's facility. Iran pulled the plug of Israel, hit by massive fire. All right. This is a day ago, so we already covered that. All right, we'll go to Deep Journalist, see what they have available. 19 hours ago, USA has completely lost the main city. This has got to be in Afghanistan. Cries of joy in Russia and Iran. Okay? Showing you that this is World War. All right? This is a day ago. Russia turned to ash. Putin instructed Greece is near to destroy. Here's China. Where's China? Slovakia. Submarine. UK warship catches Chinese. U.S. attack brought China to its knees. Okay? China, Russia, and Iran, North Korea, these are allies. Okay? Israel, USA, Great Britain, these are allies. Australia and Canada. Okay? What does that spell? The Third World War. The secret files for the update. 16 minutes ago, Syria. All right. You got two sides fighting in Syria. You got the United States along with Israel. You got Iran and Russia. All right. There's a proxy war going on. Okay. This is a day ago. Not much news. So anyway, we'll just get a scripture on the way out here. Revelation 11. KJV. And 14, the second woe is past. It's talking about World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right. What's the third woe? World War III. All right. You can clearly see that is going down. World War III is in effect. They haven't declared it yet, but certainly going down. Breaking: Iran attacks U.S. and Israel. Huh? That's huge.
Group Hezbollah in Lebanon is escalating. Just after Hezbollah announced at the beginning of the week that media blamed Israel there was no official statement from the IDF. On Wednesday, the IDF warned the Lebanese people not to trust Hezbollah any longer. Then, on Thursday morning, Hezbollah militants announced in a shocking statement that the oil ship from Iran was on its way to Lebanon. Hezbollah leader Nasrallah made stern warnings to the US and Israel about not interfering with the ship and said that more ships would come. Even after Tuesday's defeat, Hezbollah militants appear to have failed to deliver Israel's message. Later, Nasrallah claimed that he would accept the oil ship from Iran as Lebanese territory and that he had the right to attack. Iran and Hezbollah, which disregard the legitimate government of Lebanon with great arrogance, seem to be testing the patience of Israel and the United States. Israel was the first to lose patience. Following these shocking statements by Nasrallah, the Israeli Air Force carried out missile attacks on Syria's capital, Damascus, and in the city of Homs on Thursday night, destroying Hezbollah's weapons depots. There were no casualties in the attacks. Incompetence of the United States by ignoring the U.S. oil sanctions on Iran. Hezbollah leader Nasrallah also warned the Lebanese people not to trust the United States. Nasrallah gave the Lebanese people the people of Afghanistan and the Taliban as an example. The consequences of this action by Hezbollah in Lebanon could be very serious. Although the U.S. tries to show up diplomatically in the region, if a shipment from Iran will no longer be a trump card. In addition, Israel's missile attacks on Hezbollah positions in Syria this week will not please Russia. Irritation and popular support in Lebanon, and jeopardizing Russian support in Syria. So how do you think the U.S. can respond to Iran's fatal mistake? If Iran-backed Hezbollah militants, who declared Lebanon their territory, can exploit. Do you think Iran is using the chaos in Afghanistan and Hezbollah to neutralize the U.S. sanctions and its reputation in the Middle East? Before continuing, you can follow our independent commentary on the latest news by subscribing to our channel.
All right, good enough. So, this thing is heating up, right? And it takes a little time, but as you can see, they're moving forward. They're not moving back. They're not having talks. All right, they're not having a nuclear arms summit. All right, Iran is moving forward on enriching weapons-grade uranium. All right, and if you know anything, you would understand that they already have. All right, so with that, we hope wait until Monday. So we'll see you then. Shalom.